Some stakeholders in St. Kitts and Nevis are beginning to comply with their payment obligations to the Eastern Caribbean Collective Organization for Music, Ecco. The body, which represents composers and writers of songs within the Eastern Caribbean, is the official copyright management organization for the Eastern Caribbean and is authorized to administer copyright in the OECS, which includes collecting royalties and fees on behalf of its members. But there has been some pushback over the past few years by some stakeholders in St. Kitts and Nevis, such as broadcasters and promoters of events. However, according to one of Ecco's representatives in St. Kitts and Nevis, Grace Richardson, some are beginning to comply.
Since the police have been operating and the government has been encouraging, it has been very, very good, right? I might have some resistance in the beginning when I go to speak to people, but when I sit down and I explain to them why it needs to be done and who is to benefit, then they understand clearly, right? For example, I had a meeting with some bar and restaurant owners last Saturday, and I mean, it was in the beginning some of them didn't completely understand, but when I started to explain to them the rationale behind it, then they understood, and then I got compliance after that. So a lot of what we do, we have to sit down and actually meet face to face, not only with groups but also individuals. So we're always out there trying to educate.
Ms. Richardson said Ecco, along with the Intellectual Property Office, has been meeting with stakeholders over the years to inform them of their responsibilities in relation to copyright as prescribed by law.
So over the years, what I have been doing is attending a lot of meetings, workshops here in St. Kitts and Nevis with the IP registrar, Ms. Jehan Williams. So we have been working closely together. So to let people know that it's not Ecco just coming in and saying, okay, we want this money, give it to us, but that there's a basis for it in the law. Recently, with the new Attorney General, this has even increased because, as you are aware, he met with us in September, and he spearheaded this whole initiative to have this introductory rate introduced into more compliance. So from his meeting with us, there was a press conference in October, and then after that, there were two public consultations, one in St. Kitts and one in Nevis in November. And following that, most recently, the police have come on board now to take their responsibility to ensure that persons contact us to get that license.
According to Ms. Richardson, currently none of the broadcasters in St. Kitts and Nevis are complying with their obligations to Ecco. Ecco hopes that with the introductory rates they have presented for the annual reproduction fees and the meetings they have held recently, that the broadcast media will begin complying. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.